Hey, what's up, Boxheads? How y'all doing? What's up? Hey, TW on YouTube. How you doing today? Can y'all hear me? If y'all can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Someone says there's more money in renting or owning trucks. If you want to ask my opinion, I think it's more. It depends. Let me give you a reason why I say it depends. It depends on if you purchase a truck and you only can get one truck versus if you actually renting, you can scale up a lot quicker. So you can get 4 or 5 trucks without actually putting all that money down and have to worry about maintenance. So my key to success has always been renting. I always believe that you can use more, you can utilize more box trucks, you can get more trucks. It's easier to rent a truck. You don't have to worry about maintenance. So I think personally, you can make a lot more money by renting trucks versus owning a truck. Now, if you got some cash and you got money for maintenance and you buying brand new trucks, then that makes sense that you can, buy trucks because then your your mortgage, or not mortgage, your truck note will be a lot less than if you was to actually rent a truck. But remember that you always got to put away that money for maintenance, because maintenance knock most people out of the game. January become I've been in trucking for 4 years, a owner, owning of a logistics company. And what I've noticed is majority of the people who purchase a truck in their first, 6 months of starting, if they don't have dedicated work, if they don't have a lot of money coming in, if they don't have money for maintenance, they've got to be the first thing that knocked them out of the game. And as my best friend, y'all always have me talk about him. He purchased a truck. He didn't want to listen to me. He made his head hard when he bought a truck. And that truck, I think the first breakdown, I think it was 2,000. Second breakdown was 4,000. And then next thing you know, the motor went out on it. And so I would always tell. And now, right now, he's renting, so he don't own any trucks, if that makes sense. All right. So I hope that answered your question. So you can scale a lot quicker. You know what I'm saying, when you actually are renting a truck. So, all right, let's see. I already got that question. All right. I see my best friend on here. Y'all probably don't. I'm going to tell his story real quick before he hop on. I'm going to let him hop on. Like last week when I was on live, I told you I had a best friend. I convinced him to leave his job. He moved down here to Atlanta. I tried to get him into real estate. He did a little bit of real estate with me. But I convinced him to leave his job. He was working, 40, 50, 60 hours a week. About 50, 60 hours a week. Got him into trucking, doing really good in trucking, and, took off. He was actually my first driver, my best friend from like middle school. I'm gonna have him on here in a little while to speak about his experience actually in Amazon Relay. Someone says the insurance needed high. I don't know what you consider high. I thought it was high when I first came in because I was used to a car note, but commercial insurance right now, pretty much nationwide, what I've been seeing across the board. When I say nationwide, I'm not talking about one state, one place. Anywhere between 1,300 starting off to 1,500. If you're in Florida, it's kind of high. If you're in Louisiana, it's kind of high. I think Pennsylvania has high insurance, but other than that, between 13 and 1,500, pretty much on average. So I wouldn't consider that high, if that makes sense. What's up, Oz National? How you doing? Hey, what's up? It's one of my day ones. Someone said all the way in West Oakland, California. Can you hear me, big dog? You got a driver training course in Cali. I know I have some people in Cali, I believe in the LA area, P. Hampton. So I think LA, and I'm not sure if it's in the Bay Area too. I think I might have somebody there too. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Let me see what I requested. Let me see. I'm gonna bring you on. Like I stated, one of my best friend, my first driver, he started his own company. Been in the business. I guess he probably been in business like some of my weeks. Down in the back. Got you.
I can't even hear you.
You can.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You can't hear me.
I can hear you now. You was cutting
Okay.
out.
Hey, what's up? What's up? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
So
Always,
I was
always.
telling the people on the live a little bit. I always be talking about you on all my lives. You don't even be on my lives, but I talk about you a lot on my lives. I tell them I convinced my best friend to actually quit his job, come and work. How was before we even start, let's talk about that. How did I how did that come about by me convincing you to leave your job to come work? You ain't got to tell them a lot about your job.
You
Where you
well,
but
honestly, you always try to convince me to do something. It gonna be something. But let me see if I can remember right. You just called me one night. You was like, "Look, I'm about to get into logistics, this trucking company, Amazon Relay, and just kind of just not really just give me a real general view."
mm-hmm,
And he was like, "Well, I want you to come work for me." And then we talked about potential money.
mm-hmm,
So, and like the way my head works, you like gave me some numbers, and the way my head works is I'm like, oh man, I can make that doing one load a day. What if I can do like two
mm-hmm,
or three? Um, so it was really the buddy potential and the quality of life.
mm-hmm.
Working minimum, I don't know, for the past 15, 20 years, working minimum 55, 60 hours a week, managing restaurants 6 days a week, never really getting to go on vacation. So changing that, getting out of that was really the turning point. I was like, yeah, and I can just work 5 days a week, and I ain't got to work over. Well, I didn't. I was working overnight,
Uh,
so I didn't actually think that this was overnight.
right.
But when I found out, it was all right because the like the first 2 days I trained, I was like, I'm not even sure if this is for me.
Yep, I remember that.
If I like it, I don't know if I like it. But then the third night I went out, and that's really when it grew on me. Because I had a lot. What I didn't realize, I had a lot of time to think with
Mm-hmm,
no interruptions. I could focus on whatever was going through my mind because it was just me in the truck.
mm-hmm.
You know, 3 hours there, 3 hours back. Um, but I mean that was pretty much it. And during that time is when I would come up with ideas, and this was later on
Mm-hmm.
after we had gotten established. But yeah, coming up with little ideas, little
Mm-hmm.
tricks, this all kind of just thinking out of the box.
Uh,
Like
so
how can we maximize what we're doing? How can we take what we got now and still improve on it?
right. So this was January 21. When I first called you, got you in the truck, running. So let me ask you this: how do you feel like Amazon Relay has changed your life? What do you regret anything? Do you like what do you think about it versus the quality of life you had prior to this, and the quality of life that you have now? I would say.
The only regret that I do have um, is kind of simple. It really is. Why why we couldn't discover this sooner?
Right.
Why we couldn't discover this sooner?
Right.
Why not 3 years before we actually did? But God works the way that He's supposed to work. You know, He put the people in your life that sparked that idea with you, and you took off from there and included me. And shit, I'm forever grateful. I never look
I
back.
know that.
But my quality of life is changed 100%. I'm completely out of the truck now.
Right, right.
Um,
So
I,
tell me that. Well, I always tell people don't get stuck in the truck. Well, let's back up. So like we got a whole bunch of new people. So you worked for me for how long you would say? You started in January and then you started your own company in what, September?
no, I started my own company in
This is
May.
January 21,
Right.
y'all, by the way. Okay,
I
go
started
ahead.
my company in May. Actually, it was May 22nd. I started the company, um, but I was still driving for you because I
Mhm.
was looking for a truck. It was hard to actually find rental trucks at a time.
Yeah, it
Uh,
was in a crunch.
yeah, and I'm looking to buy a truck, and it's like all these trucks were expensive, and I was just looking and looking. So I think it was another 3 months, and I actually started doing my own revenue in like September of that year, September 21.
Got you. Okay. So when you purchase your truck, I already know we had to start talk about this all the time of why people should rent. Buy. So this is my best friend that y'all heard me talk about in my master class. This is the best friend you always talk about on my lives. So now, do you own a truck now?
No,
Okay. All right. So now somebody just asked me a second ago, should they buy a truck or should they rent a truck starting off? And I was explaining, I'm a firm believer on rent maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
So you got your truck. You ain't got to go 100% detail, but your first breakdown, how many months when you bought that truck? Bought it what, September?
I bought it in August, end of August.
All right. Right. How long was it before you think you had your first breakdown, and how much that cost if you can remember off the top of your head? It could be like a ballpark.
The first time I had to fix anything, I went a good probably 5-6 months with just the only thing I had to do was just the maintenance, changing the oil and things like that. And the first time I actually had to fix something, man, that first it's probably maybe $600-700 the first time, but then it went up.
Yeah, something was 2,000 at one point. I think it was a turbo or
no,
something.
That turbo was $5,000.
Okay, all right, but I think the first breakdown was like $2,000. I think it wasn't something like that.
Oh yeah. It was a oil filter housing up underneath the truck had got cracked, so I had to replace that whole unit had to come out, and this the labor was pretty expensive for it. The part was maybe $800 or $900, but the labor was equally expensive.
Okay, cool. So that was the first breakdown. Then how long after your first breakdown for your second? I think the turbos went out. How long?
The turbo went out. The turbo went out while I was on the load. Like I was like maybe 10 minutes from my first stop. Turbo went out in Alabama. It's about almost a little bit over 200 miles from home. So I had to get with Amazon, and that freight stayed on my truck for a week.
I
was at this place. It stayed on the truck for a week. I told Amazon, the truck is locked up and all kind of shit. That truck was outside the fence.
Yeah.
But so then after that, the next time was my engine went. The turbo cost me $5,000.
Okay, so y'all had that, y'all. 2,000 first breakdown, second breakdown, 5,000. Keep going.
Then I was on I was doing a training session with somebody. We're coming back probably about 45 minutes from Atlanta, and I noticed the truck is like losing power, smoking a little bit. So I stopped at a gas station. I was tired, so I was like, man, look, I'm about to push this thing home. Went home, I parked the truck, had somebody come look at it. They really couldn't tell me a whole lot. And then I met the mechanic where we had that was in the meet and greet. So she sent a mechanic out there and told me that
I remember
the engine.
No, wasn't she? She was a female?
Yeah.
I remember her.
The engine was going on. So I found this place. Make a long story short, the guy was charging me $18,000 for an engine. He was going to put it in, and he basically
heard that?
stole my money.
Did y'all hear?
He basically stole my money.
Listen, if y'all heard that,
I gave him $9,000.
$18,000 to put a motor in the truck.
That was for the motor. That wasn't even the labor.
Y'all hear that?
That wasn't even the labor. That was just the engine right there.
So that's the reason why, if y'all ask me, why do I tell people, unless you buy a brand new truck, you got a warranty on that truck, why does it make sense to start off renting? I'm not saying you can't ever own, but you have a warranty. You need a credit card. You need to have $50,000 saved up before you purchase a truck.
And matter of fact, I know y'all can't really see this, but like, so y'all see those numbers I was talking about, 2,000, 5,000, 18,000. I just got this actually it was yesterday. So this is the only thing I have to worry about now. And this is an invoice from Penske. So this invoice is for $421.01. So the only thing you would have to come out of your pocket for, as far as like anything that happens to the truck, unless it's like negligence, like you do something like put diesel in the def tank or def in the vehicle, then they're gonna charge you that $1,500.
Right.
But this right here is just an invoice for a tire. We had a tire blowout on one of the trucks, so they do charge you for that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about the only thing. They don't charge for like regular wear and tear on the tire. But if you run over a nail or something, you get a blowout. Then that's pretty much considered on you.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you, $400 invoice is a whole lot easier to stomach than to swallow than when the mechanic tells you, oh yeah, 7,500 or 8,000.
Yeah.
You know, it's a bit more palatable,
Yeah.
a bit easier
So
to digest on.
so this is true story. Y'all always think I was talking trash about people that's buying trucks, buying trucks. I have nothing against people that's buying. I always buy trucks. You need to have deep pockets. You need to have a credit card. You need to have a line of credit. You need to have something. And this is the reason why I've seen so many people start a company and they first breakdown put them in the game. You heard him just said it. $2,000, $5,000, $19,000. Right?
See, and I was glad that the way that it turned out for me, because I started right before peak season by myself. And I mean, my truck note actually didn't have them because I actually paid for it cash, but the business was paying me back.
Yeah.
So I was only charging myself like $700 a month. So I had made a bunch of money the first few months and was able to profit a lot. So that's why I was able to actually pay for those repairs, because I had built that bank up. But if I had bought that truck and those things started happening the week I bought it or the next week, then I'd have been screwed.
But think about this: even though you made the money, you had the money, some of the money saved up, or the majority of the money saved up, it's still gonna feel good dropping 15, 19. No, you know what I'm saying?
No, you get that you get money like that, you're holding it. You just want to keep it. You just want to build off it. You don't want to give it back to nobody. Because if you just, all that work you did is for nothing.
That's what I tell people, the benefit of renting, because my money don't leave my account unless I want it to. You know what I'm saying? That's on a trip, vacation, something that I want to buy. It doesn't go to maintenance. So maintenance is like a #1 killer for people that's starting off. I constantly, because other people tell them go buy a truck, and what people do is they go buy an older used truck, which ain't gonna probably last. That truck is good for like doing local delivery. Truck that got a high mile.
That's putting 500-600 miles on it a day, every day.
These trucks break down. So now let's get past that part, right? All right. Now let's talk about Amazon Relay, because we've been hearing this battle for years. You've been doing it for I think you probably done did more loads than anybody ever, probably at Amazon, or probably more knowledgeable about how to do loads. But let me say that
the double day load king.
I know.
Sometimes I've been able to get 3 in a day.
Right. So check this out. Why do you think, and this is like the #1 question, because I mean, like, it doesn't a week go by somebody will comment my DMs or my comments. Matter of fact, just a second ago, I was like, Amazon don't pay. And I'm just like, man, I'm so sick of this. This is like old. This is like the LeBron versus Jordan. At the end of the day, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, Amazon don't pay. They keep saying that. But common sense, I think sometimes it just goes over people's head, because common sense
will tell you if they weren't paying, they wouldn't have carriers doing it.
Common sense. I mean,
nobody would do it. If Walmart grocery store ran out of groceries, you ain't gonna see nobody in Walmart grocery store.
Right. It's like common sense. So instead of saying Amazon don't pay, just say you don't know how to make money with Amazon. You get what I'm saying? Like somebody that mentioned the other day on my phone, they was like, this is cap. And I said, you know what? Cap is played out. We don't use that word no more in 2024. That word played out in 2023. Cap, basically you're saying you don't know what you're doing. You don't know how to do it. And you can't do it, so you don't believe it. That's exactly. Ask for help. So with that being said, what do you think the #1 reasons why people still say this? Amazon is biggest. It's bigger than UPS now. It's bigger than FedEx. They everywhere. Why do you think people still say this? In a nice way. You know what I'm saying? Answer it nicely. Don't be like
hey, I'll have to think on that one. You said nice way.
No, a nice way. Why do you think people still, I mean, like, I can post it, you can prove it, I can bring on Jason, Winston from every see. Like, I have master classes, I have people that post their stuff, people that you changed my life. Why people still don't believe? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Hard-headed, and they don't want to listen. They don't want to listen to the information that they've been given, or once they get a little bit of information, they think that that's all that they need to be successful. Like, in other words, they'll refuse to get a mentor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some things come easy for people, but those same things don't come easy for everyone.
Right.
You know, what is Michael Jordan good at?
Basketball.
He ain't had to work to play basketball.
Right.
It came natural. It was a gift to him. But when he tried to play baseball,
It wasn't as
it was something that he had to work on.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? So we pretty much talking the same thing. You know, it was easy for you. It was easy for me. But the next person isn't me, and they're not you. So you cannot accept the same results if you're not doing something different. You know.
Gotcha.
So people really out. Whenever I say you do need a mentor, you really, really do. You really, really do.
How
You need to have somebody in your ear, huh?
How important you think that is, having a mentor in logistics? I mean, I think it's important in everything, but why do you think?
Yeah, it's in everything.
But why you think so much more for Amazon, Relay, and thing? Do you think? Because I always say this right here. You don't be on my live. I always say this: the DAT load board and the Amazon load board is two different things. People view them different. They look at the DAT load board. What you see is what you get. Like they say, a load is paying this. You go book it. It requires no brain cell. You get what I'm saying? Like Amazon is not like the DAT load.
You gotta well, to be successful, you have to know how to read the board, is what I call it. Yep. And that's looking at all the information in that block, from miles, pickup time, all that, and making your determination from there. But it's not just what you're looking at, you know.
Right, right.
So there is some diving in and some peeling back of the onion layer that you have to do,
right,
to be like, oh yeah, you know what, this is actually the load right here.
Right. I know you're not trying to give out a lot of, but yeah, that's exactly true. Because I kind of explained that the other night on the phone. I mean, on last live, like when people look at the Amazon load board, what they look at and what they, and this, I had to like bring myself to understand what other, because when people say that 4 years, Amazon retired me, I don't work, I've been going for my job almost 3 years, take care of my family. You retired in a nutshell. You don't drive the truck no more. You graduated from driving to have drivers work under you, and you chill every day. I call them, talk to them on the phone.
Yeah, I don't be doing nothing.
So that retired life hit different. So I'm just like, why would people still think this if I'm telling you this, right? Like, you can make money doing this. But I had to realize that people look at the Amazon, people are visual. What they see is what they believe. So if you look at the Amazon load board, right? Let's say you pull up the Amazon load board at 5 o'clock in the middle of the day. And today is, what's today? Wednesday, right? And loads are in there for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. When you're looking at these loads are leaving days in advance. So they're not
the cheapest that freight is ever going to be.
Yeah.
That's the cheapest it's ever going to be.
Yeah. And Amazon is never in a hurry or in a rush to pay you when loads leave days in advance. But what all people look is that they see it and they be like, oh man, this is $300 for this 200-mile load, which is trash. Guess what? I agree with you. That's trash. But if we can just it and let that load mature, that same load, if you book it in that day, will pay you $550, $600. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah. It's called creating a sense of urgency for the shipper by waiting, because what they're doing in a sense is you would be in more of a panic if you've got a deadline to reach and you don't have a commitment for somebody to take this load or to do this. Then you start getting antsy. So then what happens? The money starts going up.
Yeah.
You know?
So that's just like Amazon needs 100 loads leave out tonight, right? And they know they got 100 loads leave out. They know every week. You know how much gonna go out, right? Like, you work in inventory, you know, hey, if I gotta order 100 bread loaves, because by next Friday the 100 gonna be gone, but inventory run out. So every single night they're gonna send. Let's just say they're gonna send out 100 loads in Atlanta, right? They're not gonna wait till 9 or 10 o'clock at night to drop them 100 loads, because now they're having to pay. Man, if they drop the loads at that time, they would have to pay.
Carriers might have gone and done something else.
Yeah, so they can't. They might not get their 100 loads taken. So what they'll do is They know the loads are going to leave, and even if they don't have it, they're going to put it out 4-5 days in advance. 100 loads at this price. They know it's going to be on the truck at that time because people might order. But they know when they order it, if you're a fool and you taking a 200-mile load for $300, what you?
Hey, they was like they found the sucker,
Right.
and they like, hey, and how the algorithm works is, yeah, we found the sucker.
We'll find
the peanuts. He took the peanuts that we threw out, so we already know where his mindset is. They'll always take these peanuts, so we'll always throw that peanut out there because we got this one sucker at least that will take it.
Right. Yep. So it's the same thing, man. It's like supply and demand. It's so simple, and but I still can't get people to understand that Amazon is different from Amazon. I mean, from the Dat Low Boy. It's completely different. It's a different mindset. And I've been just thinking. I was just like, what's the difference? But I think I figured it out. Amazon requires a little bit of sense. You got to have some sense. You got to be able to figure out stuff. You know what I'm saying? Follow trends. It's just not basic like the Dat Low board, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. That's the difference in the two when it comes to Amazon Relay and the Dat Low board. So you've been in business, like I said, over 3 years as well. What do you like about Amazon Relay? What do you like? What's the things that you like about it versus like Dat Low board or the simplicity of it?
Amazon, well, to execute things, it doesn't require a whole lot. I don't have to worry about going to a shipping office and seeing a shipping manager and getting a BOL. I'm not fighting with a dispatcher or a broker over a rate con. You know, it's book the load, send the load to the driver, let the driver know, hey, just be there at that facility 30 minutes to an hour early, pick up the load, which should take you 20 minutes to load them 12 pallets in that truck, and you're gone. 3-hour drive, drop that stuff off, and you come back and you get back in your bed.
Have you ever had night outside of your house?
Outside of my house?
Yeah.
Like in a hotel or?
Yeah, in a hotel.
No, it's take the load and come back home.
Come back home. That's why I ain't never had a driver that spent the night outside of his house. So every load with Amazon will have you back home this night, or early morning. So that's another benefit. No dispatch, no submitting paperwork like you said. No sending no carrier package.
I ain't got to send them no invoice.
None of that.
Every Tuesday, I already know what I did the previous week, and I already know by Tuesday about 4 o'clock, I'm gonna get that email that says the invoice is already, the remittance that been sent, and it's processing, and I'm gonna have that money gonna be in my account Thursday morning.
Right. So you can't beat it. The simplicity of Amazon Relay. No overnight, no dispatcher, nothing. Amazon, like I stated, King Kong to me. So I ain't gonna hold you all night.
And I do everything. We do everything from here.
Everything from a cell phone. Everything
from here.
Everything from a cell phone. So to recap, I ain't gonna hold you all night. I'll bring you back on another night. But so tell me
one thing real quick. I want to tell everybody one thing real quick. So I haven't booked any loads yet for today. And the reason I haven't is, for one, it's peak season. So I already know the influx is out there. Sometimes I'll set a poster truck and make that thing up so high because what I'm waiting on is for Amazon to call.
Yep.
Because that's when I'm gonna break their neck.
Right.
When they get so desperate, we got this load picking up in an hour. Okay, I need $12.50 for it. And guess what? The load may only be 120 miles. But the fact that they're so desperate, I know I'm going to get that money.
Right.
There's a load right here. Picking up at 120 right now. It's paying $847.41. I could book that, but I'm not.
But ain't nobody
the same load I can get $1,500 for.
Right. So that's the time I try to with her peak season. Like right now, like you said, is an $800 load on the board, but ain't nobody booking that right now.
Ain't nobody booking.
Yeah, $1,200 minimum. Yes. So that's you know what I'm saying? That's that. So I just wanted to tell the people, man. So Amazon has changed your life, has changed my life. Anything else you want to tell the people before you get off?
Oh, y'all can follow me on Instagram. I don't.
Go ahead.
But I probably need to at BoxTruckGuru_.
That's right.
Just had somebody follow me a second ago. I was watching right now.
So for you guys that don't know, again, I'll recap because I watch my live when I post it on my wall. This is my best friend. I convinced him to come work for me. Right now, he worked for me for, I think he said January till September, started his own company, been super successful. He's retired, sits home every day, we think. He just went and bought him a new C8 Corvette, you know, kind of to the track and play around. But you go on vacation together, man. We just enjoy life, man. Life is good. Like, we had a point in life where, and I'm super proud of him because I always tell people this: if you could put your friends and family on, and you like anybody can say they rock with you, but really rock with you and they can put you in a position to make money and change your life.
Win? Yes, yes,
And
definitely.
and I'm proud of him because like I always used to, I ain't gonna say tease him. I was like, man, all you do is work. Like all my years, I'll be vacation or whatever. Call him, man. I gotta work. Gotta work. And then now it's so proud to see him go on vacation. You know what I'm saying? Like we vacation, we have a good time, we party, and is this a good feeling? If that makes sense.
Yep.
So, bro, man, I'm proud of you. I'm gonna talk to you later.
All
All
right.
right.
Oh, my sister is on the live. She's watching now.
Oh, okay. Proud of you. Okay. Just
Yeah.
hit end and I'm gonna let you out. End out of it.
All right.
All right. So I can answer some of these questions. I'm pretty sure some of you guys have questions. All right. So if you had a question, I didn't see it because it was just too many questions on there. So if you have a question, just go ahead and drop your question because I wasn't really looking at the comments or the questions. So I'll see. I'll scroll up a little bit, see if I see any questions in there. Say good stuff. Say 10-foot box truck. Where's the box truck? Is there any? I'm not familiar with the 10-foot. I know with Amazon Relay, the minimum that you can do is a 16-foot cube truck, and then after that, you can actually do the 26-foot box truck, of course, and then semis. So that's it right there. If y'all heard me, y'all think I was BSing or capping or whatever y'all want to keep saying. Owning a truck, if you purchase a truck, I'm not telling you guys that don't purchase a truck, but if you purchase a truck, make sure you have that money for maintenance. Just like you heard him say, it was $2,000 first breakdown, $5,000 second breakdown, third breakdown, $19,000. That's a lot of money to be able to pay to get a truck fixed. And since I've been in business, like I said, I've been in business January, it'll be 2000. This January will be 4 years that I've been in business. I've yet to buy a truck. Every time I go to buy a truck, I'll do a consultation with somebody, and somebody will tell me, "Man, it was $8,000 to fix this, $7,000 to fix this," and it always scared me back on the fence. So I'm on the fence now, where I'm talking about on the fence, like buying a truck. I'm not going to buy a truck. I probably never buy a truck. So I'm not interested in buying a truck at all. I like to be able to make my money passively, which means I use other people's equipment, which means I use the rental trucks to make my money. All I need to do is clear $200 a night. Y'all will hear me say this, $200 a night. After I pay my expenses, if I can make $200 a night, I got 5 trucks. That's 5 trucks. That's $1,000 I net a night by staying home. $1,000, my truck run 30 days. That's $30,000 net I can make a month, give or take. So there is nothing in the world like Amazon Relay once you get up to that point. And like I always tell you, if you make half of what I make, if you only made $100 a night, you got 5 trucks, that's $500 a night. You multiply that time 30, run your trucks the way I run mine, that's $15,000 a month. 15,000 a month times 12, that's 180,000. So with that being said, Amazon is King Kong, but you got to use the information. A lot of people get into this industry and they think that they can learn it all, they can do it all. They don't need a mentor, they don't need somebody to help them. This is not that business. I can tell you right now, majority of the people go out of business by not having the correct information. Someone said any events in January. I'm trying to get this event. I'm waiting on this lady from the hotel to let me know what days she have available in January, end of January, early February, so I can book out the slot so I can do my next meet and greet. And me and Mr. Y'all probably remember Mr. Seven Figure Ghost. We're gonna be doing a meet and greet together. So for you guys that follow him, we're gonna go back. We did a couple meet and greets back in the day, but we back at it again. We're gonna do another one in January here in Atlanta, Georgia. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be real estate. It's gonna be, everything. Just ain't gonna be just, logistics. I always like to bring a handful of people, guest speakers, of people that's experts in their field. Someone said, "Can I post my truck for the daytime and still make good money in Chicago?" In your opinion, yes, Chicago's good. Driving regional, maybe trying to get back home to a family but hire a driver months after. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And for you guys that don't know, I do have my next Group masterclass is January 18th. January 18th, you can put half down, which is $4.99, and the other remainder $4.99 before class start. It comes with my ebook. It comes with how to get up and running. Come with how to get your authority, how to book loads, how to find good loads, how to scale your company, how to hire your drivers, how to manage your drivers, basically everything that you need compliance wise. It comes with my ebook. It comes with leasing on options for the first 180 days. So if you get on with Amazon Relay and you don't know what to do, or if you trying just got your logistics company and you kind of confused, you're like, man, what am I going to do? How am I going to make money with Amazon? Because what I said, I always tell you guys this. Just because I can tell you what you need. You need an LLC, you need an authority, you need commercial insurance, and you need a truck. Let's say that's a rental. Guess what? What you're going to do for the first 90 days while your authority mature before you can even get to most of the brokers? It's hard to get loads off those brokers. So with that being said, a lot of brokers don't want to work with you when your authority is under 90 days. So most people go out of business in their 90 days. Unless you just got $1,500, $1,600 to burn for 3 months, join my masterclass. I'll pay you with one of my business partners. You run under their authority. They charge 10%. And you get to book all your loads you want. You can start off with 2 trucks. And if you do good in the first 2 or 3 weeks, you can get as many trucks as you want. You can put your trucks anywhere. You can be in any state, any city, and lease on. Someone said that's a good question. I have the same question, but for Georgia, because I have a people I want to be drivers but hate nighttime driving. Yes, you can. All right. Someone said I'm having problems with the insurance company switching out on me. I provided to get my authority activated. Holly, I think you were speaking to Tiffany. Pretty much, I think she sent you an email back, but in order to do that, you're going to either have to do that, what's the thing called? Oh, bill of sale, write a letter, or like a termination of lease. And the insurance company will be able, they should have given you a provided, like a template of it, but that's what you're going to have to do to swap that VIN number from the truck that you started with to your second truck. Or the truck that you're updating it to, I meant. But it's not hard. Pretty much for the last 3 years, that's pretty much what everybody have to do in order to switch that VIN number. Someone said, you have anything in New York City while we apply to authority? Apply while we apply to it. I don't understand your question. 2003. They won't do it. No, you have to do it. Tanisha, you would have to do it. You would just draft up a document and tell them that you pretty much either sold the truck, you don't have the truck anymore, or you terminated your lease. It's something that you write up, you draft up, and then you send it to the insurance company, and then the insurance company will actually send it to who actually you have insurance for. Like put it this way here, every single person that went through my insurance broker, that's what they have to do. Like that's by federal law that you got to have some reason for them to swap that VIN number. But he should have given you a template to use, and with that template, you just fill it out, give it back to him, and then he send it to the insurance company. Then they should be able to swap your VIN number if that makes sense. Someone say offers one-on-one. Oh, and I also say offers a one-on-one VIP masterclass too. So if you want to join the VIP one-on-one masterclass, it's $11.50. You pick the date, Monday through Thursday. It's about 3 hours long. 3 hours long. Sometimes it go a little bit over, but it comes with everything that you need. Let me see what he says. He says. Someone said my invoice today was $17,718 will be in my account at midnight. I know that's right. So he's saying he'll make 17 bands this week right here doing Amazon Relay. Someone said, I hope former trainees in the chats are doing big things on their way to the top. Someone said, I'll see you at the next master class, good buddy. That's right. Can't wait. So right now, if you start, let's say you don't have nothing up and running and you want to get up and running, literally you could be up and running in 30 days. It depends on how aggressive you are, because it takes 21 business days for your authority to mature. So literally 30 days, if you get everything up and running, you could be booking loads closely about 30 days from now. The beginning of the new year, start the new year with a new business, get up and running. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people keep saying every year, I'm going to start my business. Before you know, the whole year gone and you haven't even started your business. It's never a perfect time to actually start your business. It ain't going to never be perfect. I started in January. So if you keep waiting for the perfect opportunity, it might never come. You know what I'm saying? That's called paralysis analysis. So stop procrastinating and get up and running. Someone said, does it concern you when you're hiring a new driver that they'll mess up your relay score? Yes, it does. So you're hiring a new driver can mess up your relay score. That's the reason why I have the performance management contract. I go over this in my class, how to manage these drivers, because the drivers can destroy your score, your performance score. So you have to be able to have something in management. We go over this in the masterclass, how to manage your drivers, how to pay them, pretty much when to scale, how to find them, what type of candidate we looking for. Like, we cover every single thing in the masterclass for you to get up and running. Someone said, I got approved yesterday. That's what's up, man. Congratulations. 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 Start businesses yesterday. Leave the procrastinator for those who don't want success. I know that's right, man. Start the business. I always tell people, launch the business. You can make it perfect later. One thing I've noticed is that the difference between the people that's successful and people that's not successful is that people that can't pivot. Anytime something small comes up and you're not able to pivot, that's where I see a lot of people fail at. This is the thing. I always tell people this, that everybody that take my master class is going to be successful? Absolutely not. Everybody that book a consultation with me, are they going to be successful? Absolutely not. And the reason being is because I can give, let's say I've trained, let's say I had 500 people go through my master class. Let's just say that. Out of 500, at 400 of successful and the other 108. 50 of them never start, and the other 50, when they come into a little small little thing, like if I said, this is what normally works for me. This is what, when you go back to your city, your state, one little thing might need a little tweaking. Something might be different. If you cannot figure that out and you just get stuck, like, oh man, you said this right here, and then you get, bent out of shape because it didn't work exactly how I said it was, you ain't gonna be successful. Because logistics, you have to pivot, you have to change. Amazon changes how things happen. Like when I first started, we didn't even have 180 days. Now it's 180 days. Now they got a performance metrics. They didn't have this, they have that. Now they got a safety score. So you have to be able to pivot. If you not pivot in any business, you ain't gonna be successful. And I ain't just talking about logistics. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to think outside the box when a problem comes up, if that makes sense. So I said, take the damn class. Someone said, to get up and running, how much money do you need? You need about 5 bands to get up and running. And I would say 5 bands is because you need the money for your LLC. Let's say your LLC costs 200 in your state or 100 in your state. If you go through my third party for your authority, it's $650, right? You do your MC, your DOT, your UCR, your BOC3. Now you're going to need insurance. Once again, I always say this on every single class, on every single live. Your authority process, your insurance is based off your driving record, your city, state, your age. On average, I've been seeing $1,300 to $1,500 down a month, and then that a month. So last but not least is about $1,000 to $1,100 for your rental deposit. So that's around $3,500 to get started. But I always tell people to have another month of insurance, because sometimes the insurance provider, instead of wanting $1,500 down, they will want first and last. That's kind of based off your driving record and a little bit off your credit. Although credit don't stop you from getting insurance. You got good credit, usually they just want 1 month. If you got sketchy credit and bad driving record, then sometimes it'll be first and last. So they might ask for 3. So that's why I always tell people, be prepared to have 5 bands to get up and running. Okay? But a lot of people have started less than that. Someone said, I just took the 3-day money well spent. Jason is the truth. Thank you, Greta. That's what's up. That's what's up. So yeah, I do have a 2 and 3-day driver training too for people that's joining. So my 2-day driver training. So let me explain this from the bottom up. If you want to get into logistics, you hear about logistics like me, right? A lot of people don't call me a trucker because I never drove the truck. I wasn't in the trenches, none of that. That's cool. I'll take that. Now, I did start a logistics business. I was super successful with it. I still am super successful with it. Now, I can show you, if you have a job or you don't, you want to get into logistics, but you don't want to drive the truck. My system is perfect for you, because I can show you how to get up and running from the beginning to the end. You keep your job. You don't have to quit your job. I can show you how to scale, show you how to find drivers, show you how to hire, like I said, everything. You can even send your drivers here to Atlanta. I have a 2-day driver class where you send your driver here. It's $350. You do everything at the facility, but when my driver leaves to go on his ride, you go back home. Then that's $350. Then I have a 3-day, which is $400. You will send your driver here. Your driver will go do everything at the facility, show you little tips, tricks, all of that, show you how to load the truck, unload the truck, and you ride with him to the post office. So when you get to the post office, some of them have different docks, some have pods, all of that stuff. You can get your driver trained, your driver can fly back, start working for you. This can be done nationwide. It does not have to be done locally. Another thing, a lot of people think, well, if I'm here, then my trucks have to be here. Why? You're going to go wash the truck every day? You're going to go polish the truck? Why do your truck need to be where you're at? Your truck can be, I can be in Atlanta and set my whole operation in Chicago. I could be in Chicago, set my whole operation in Houston. You don't have to be where you're at with the truck. See, the trucks don't have to be where you're at. That's the big misconception. Secondly, Amazon Relay. Can you do it with a background? Yes, you can have a background. The reason being is because when you're doing Amazon Relay, you're not taking packages or pallets or anything to a person's house. You're taking it from Amazon to another Amazon facility, or you're taking it from Amazon to a post office. There's no background check. So you could be a felon, probation, on parole, open cases. It doesn't matter. Drug test. Amazon don't have a drug test. So if you smoke weed or that's your thing that you do, and you're afraid to go work for an employer because you think it's going to have a drug test, Amazon don't have a drug test. What else? You do not have to own a truck to start this business. I own 0 trucks. I've never owned a truck. I get a lot of DMs. Do I need to own a truck? I want to do this, but I don't own a truck. I don't own a truck. You can start off by renting a truck, just like I do and still am. As you just heard my best friend, he doesn't even own a truck anymore. He rents all his trucks now. So what's the smallest truck you can have? It's a 16-foot box truck, 26 semis. What are some more frequently asked questions that I hear people will say? I'm in Texas. Can I find me somebody to lease on in here if I'm living here? Once you get your authority allows you to run in all of the continental U.S. So if you can have an authority in Texas and still do loads in Cali, you can do loads anywhere you want to. Just some states require a little bit of certification, like Cali has a CA number, Kentucky has something, and then I think New York and a couple more. All right. Let's see. I'm saying it now, so don't forget. Someone said, just keep the weed out the truck. Smoke all you want. Do that at home. Yeah, keep the weed out of the truck. Someone said, is it easy finding backhauls for Amazon? It depends on where you're at. Certain places have a little bit more backhauls. Certain places don't. But the good thing about it is this. So see, this is the thing where a lot of people don't tell you. I kind of talked about it last week. Amazon sometimes when you dead, let's say you have a load, and usually, not you all the time, but if you could pick a good load where you deadhead, when you deadhead, you less than probably 100 miles away from home. So there's no need to get a backhaul back home, because when you finish your last stop, you're almost close to home, if that makes sense. Someone says, is renting going to take away from your profit? No, renting doesn't take away from your profits, because let me give you an example. Let's say you buy a truck and you buy a fairly good truck. So let's say your note's 25. Let's not even say 25. Let's just say it's $2,000 a month, right? You got a 2022 truck, 26-foot lift gate, 150,000 miles on it. Let's say that note $2,000 a month, right? You're paying $2,000 a month. Let's say your insurance is whatever your insurance is and everything else. I rent a truck. Now let's say I rent a truck, and let's say now my truck rental comes out to $2,800 a month. So every month you pay $2,000, I'm paying $2,800, right? I'm paying $800 a month more than you, right? So you will be making more money. But now, God forbid, that truck break down, and your first breakdown is $10,000. That $800 more every single month that you was making, let's say 8 times 800, that's what, how much is 8 times that? That's a little over 8, like 9 bands, right? Your whole $9,000 or whatever it was that you made profit over me is completely wiped out by your first repair. Whereas with me, I'm paying a little bit more every month, so I'm paying that $800 a month. But guess what? When my truck break down, the rental company is going to fix the truck for me. I have zero maintenance, except like you said, if you damage tires or you damage the truck, then that's different. But just on a regular basis, oil maintenance, motor blow, zero maintenance. So my money don't leave my account unless I want it to. So that's the difference. I came into this industry with the concept and the notion of thinking just like the future. If you think about the future, I'm not Amazon, Uber, Airbnb, Turo. Airbnb don't own no houses. What do? They came out with a platform, got people who already own their houses, say the house, they rent the house out for $500, Airbnb making $100 and something every time somebody rent that house out. So they're making a little bit of money without actually owning it. They don't got to pay the taxes on this house. The roof goes out, they ain't got to pay it. Dishwasher, maintenance, nothing they pay for. They're just making their money off the top. Same thing with Uber. Uber don't own cars, but they make money off of controlling somebody else's equipment. That's what I'm doing. I don't own any trucks. I'm making money by using somebody else's equipment and I'm making me money. So like I always tell you guys, I don't know what y'all do for your job in the daytime or whatever you do, but $200 a day per truck, $1,000 a night, that's $30,000. I don't know where on earth that you can go and make $30,000 a month net. That's legal unless you like an athlete, professional basketball player, something like that, or a movie star, a rapper. So with that being said, I'm making this from the comfort of my house. So that's also the good thing about it. As long as I have a cell phone, I make this money. You know what I'm saying? So I would always say start off renting. If you're renting, even I know people that still own trucks, they still rent them because you can only buy so many trucks, if that makes sense. When is the next meet and greet? The next meet and greet, right now I don't have an official day. It might be January, end of January, early February. I don't actually have the exact date. I'm trying to wait right now to find out when the lady is going to tell me the room is available. Someone said I'm about to grab this loan to start the business, and I took the course, just got to take the risk and drive the truck myself first. Just not trying to drive overnight, but I may have to go into Chicago. Yeah, Chicago's good. I ain't gonna lie. When I first started, I used to be mad at Chicago, man. I used to see Chicago. They used to have day loads and night loads all the time. And y'all got so many different facilities, so I do like the Chicago area, but you can't go wrong in the Midwest. Someone said anything in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Someone said, let me see, chat question, how much potential profit can you make a week with your own box? I kind of answered that already. Someone said, what's popping, bro? Big Honcho. What's up, Big Honcho? How you doing, bro? And if you get lost, I do consultation, 30-minute consultation, hour consultation, 30-minute consultation, $149, hour consultation, $199. I also have an ebook. If you just want to kick the tires and you want to start your company, but you're not fully ready to join the master class, grab the ebook. It's $199. Guarantee you. Great information, pay scale, come with all my references, come with all my contacts, and you can't beat it. And like Tip said, scaling. Scaling is the way you make money in trucking. A lot of people, once again, and I say this slightly because trucking, a lot of people that come into trucking is not using sense, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. We have to stop thinking small scale. Because like I said, I came from, I was doing real estate prior to this. And real estate, when I would go to meet and greets at Real and Great, and they'd be like, oh man, you got to collect doors, you got to get doors. Nobody ever came into the real estate meeting or the meet and greets and be like, man, I want to get one rental house. I want to get one door. People in real estate realized and understood from day one, in order to make a lot of money in real estate, you have to have multiple doors. The more doors, the more money. But when it comes to trucking, a lot of people get stuck with one truck and one driver, and that's what you want to do. That's okay if you want to be self-employed. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to replace your job, you're tired of your boss, you get in a truck and you work. However, there's a whole nother spectrum of money, and that spectrum is getting out of the truck. Start off in the truck, get you a second truck. Like Makeem, he started off with one truck, bought a truck. When that truck went out, he rented, put more people in the rental trucks, scaled up to 3, 4, 5 trucks, and now he's retired. He just chill. He don't do nothing every day. So the money in trucking is with scaling. Is never with one. You can't make money with one truck. I ain't gonna say can't. Ain't gonna make you rich, I should say, if that makes sense. Someone said masterclass is worth it. Just took the last one. That's what's up, all jugs. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Yeah, the masterclass is the truth, man. I'm just not saying that just to say that. We have I think we done did 16 masterclasses. So that's over the last year and a half. With that being said, Amazon ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. But yeah, the masterclass, you go read my reviews. I got thousands of reviews. Like I mean, just go look at my thing at my top and my reviews. So I don't know what else to tell you guys. Get in the game. Stop procrastinating. Stop waiting for the perfect time. But yeah, I have real live people that took my real live masterclass that come on these lives. And y'all know I only like to stay on here for an hour. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time. But if you're trying to get on, join the next big master class. It's $9.99. You can pay half now and then pay the other half before class. Reserve your slots. It always sells out. I do have the one-on-one VIP masterclass. If you don't want to wait till January 18th, you're ready to get up and running now. That's $11.50. Go to my link. boxtruckshorty.com and book that. You pick the day. I do it usually Monday through Thursdays. That comes with the ebook, comes with leasing on, comes with everything that you need to get up and running to be successful. Like I always tell you guys, I can give you the information all day long. The only thing I can't give you is the grind and the hustle, and you got to have a little bit of sense. I mean, I've been wanting to say that, but I don't want to say it without saying it. But you got to have some sense, like, you know. I'm giving you the blueprint. I give you A through Z. If you want to make a cake, you know, you got to be able to use a little bit of sense. Someone said, Level Up Industry said, join the masterclass. You won't be disappointed. Very much the truth. I appreciate it. And matter of fact, for anybody that was on the last masterclass, y'all can attest. We don't leave out of that class until every question is answered. That class did not end. We started at 12. It didn't end until 9 o'clock that night. That's how long the master class was. The group master class is long, but it's a lot of information, and it's very, very informative. Like I said, we cover compliance, we cover tax, we cover everything. That class was loud. That class was long. It was long, but it was good. People, and the good thing about it is that people ask questions that you never even gonna think about that they're gonna ask. And it's like even every master class, I learned something on it. So. And you can ask these two people that just was in my last class, and I always ask them at the end of the class, I said, now do you see why so many people don't like Amazon or they don't think Amazon is good? Because it's so much information. It's just not like the dad little boy. Okay? So with that being said, yep, it's officially the longest so far. Yeah, our last class get longer and longer. So it was 9 o'clock, but we do take a break. But like I said, it comes with good information. But I'm not going to hold you guys no more. I'm going to get out of here. Join the master class. I hope to see you guys at the top. See you later. Take care.